Hello everyone, welcome to Vigilant Driving School. Today our topic is Mini Roundabout. So we will try to understand how we approach and deal with Mini Roundabout and what type of Mini Roundabout we can come across, who has the priority on the roundabout or right of the way, and how we approach towards it and how we're gonna deal with it. So there are so many different things we need to be taking care of when we are approaching the Mini Roundabout or dealing with it. You might have seen a lot of time people are approaching the roundabouts and they are stopping when they shouldn't be stopping. They are confused. They are a little bit of hesitant. That hesitation is because of lack of understanding and your awareness and your rules. If you don't know the rules, you don't know your rights, you will be confused and hesitant, and that create more problem on the roundabout, and eventually it leads towards accident or crashes on the roundabout. So if we understand the rules, if we know how to deal with it, we can approach confidently, deal with it confidently, and have no problem at all. So let's start without we further delay. How we're going to do mini roundabout. Okay, so first of all, we're going to understand how many type of roundabout usually we come across. So usually we have three type of roundabouts: crossroads, T junctions, or double mini roundabouts or twin roundabouts. So if we understand the crossroad roundabouts, we automatically understand the T junctions and twin roundabouts. So we don't have to get panic just because of the look of two mini roundabouts. So let's first understand how we deal with the crossroad roundabouts. So in order to do that, we need to look at this roundabout as a clock. So when we are approaching the roundabout, we are always on 6 o'clock position, and straight ahead will be 12 o'clock. And anything past 12 or after 12 is a right, and anything before 12 is a left. Once we understand this left and right, we understand the roundabout more. So let's get in depth of this mini roundabout. Uh, this is the mini roundabout symbol. And when we are approaching the crossroad roundabouts, mini roundabout, how are we going to deal with it? So first of all, we're going to understand who has the priority when we are approaching the roundabout. So think about it, who has the right of the way. Now, anyone who's coming from the right generally has right of the way. But we need to look at this roundabout according to clockwise and then think the car who's coming from opposite, if they are signaling their right and going to your left, aren't they going around from your right hand side according to 12 o'clock? So in that case, they also have the priority. You have to give way to them. So anyone coming from your right and anyone who's coming from opposite direction and signaling and going to your left will have the priority and right of the way. So you have to stop for both of them and give them the way first. Similarly, the car coming from the left will give you way. So you have priority over that left hand side car. You don't have to completely ignore them just because of the fact that you have the priority. You still need to keep looking on your left as well in case they are not aware of their rule and they just keep coming. So when we approach the roundabout, usually we will look ahead first, then we look to the right, and then we look to the left. If it's clear, you can go without stopping. If it's not clear, then you are expecting to be slow stop. If it's a closed view junction, we should prepare to slow down and stop because we never know who's coming from the right and who's coming from the left. So we use the same routine as turning: mirror, signal, position, speed, gear, and look. So if you are turning left, right, you will be checking mirrors and signal and taking position accordingly. If you are going straight ahead on a mini roundabout, you do not need to signal to enter roundabout or signal to leave roundabout. No signal is also a signal that you are going straight ahead. So that's why when you are approaching the roundabout, only signal right or left if you're turning right and left. So we do not signal if we are going only straight ahead. So we do check the mirrors. If we need to signal, if we are turning, then we signal, we take our position, then we slow down our speed. We think about the gear. If it's a closed junction, we're getting into first gear just before approaching the line, and then looking ahead, right and left. If it's safe to go, we go. If it's not, then we apply ladder. Similarly, for the left turn and right turn, look, assess, decide, and act. And then you complete your roundabout. Okay, so now if you just flip the situation and just assume that you are turning right at the roundabout, and if there is no car coming from your right, but there is a car coming from opposite and he is not signaling, he is going straight ahead, then who will have the priority? Just think about it for a second. So you will have the priority. It's the same as they had priority if they were coming from opposite and signaling their right and going your left. So similarly, we are turning right and we are going from their right. Therefore, we have the priority and right of the way. So we just follow our routine and we enter the roundabout with the signal, and then we complete the turn. When we are turning right, we are avoiding to going over this wide circle. Sometimes this circle is bigger, we still try to get around it, not over it. So no part of our tire should be going over the circle. This wide circle is not to be used by you, it is to use by big vehicles or lorries. So this wide arrow is for your guide and your reference, so you must go over this arrow but around the circle when you are turning right. So need to understand the blockers. So when we are approaching the roundabout, we need to think which are the blockers. So anyone who's coming from opposite and going straight ahead is going to be a blocker, because they are going to block the traffic coming from the right and providing you with the opportunity to go. So when you see a blocker coming, you must think of using it. And but still you need to be careful. Sometimes people, they don't signal until last second, and sometimes they even turn without signaling. So when you are considering someone as your blocker, you must look at their car behavior, their car body language, how they are holding their steering, which way they are looking. And when you establish 100% that they are going straight, then consider them your blocker and use them and make it quick move when you are using them. Anyone can be blocker, a pedestrian crossing in front of the car at that moment, cyclist, anything who is blocking the traffic coming from the right is a blocker for you. So you must use your blocker wisely, effectively, safely. So this is how we use the blocker and approach the roundabout and deal with it. And we should know the priorities and right. So there is one more thing to understand when we are approaching the roundabout. That is, when you are entering the roundabout, at before you enter, mostly there are islands in the middle of the road for pedestrian to cross. When there are island in the middle, we consider them as a two separate crossings. But when there is no island in the middle, then it's one crossing. So if before entering the roundabout there is any pedestrian coming from right or left, you must stop before the roundabout and give them the priority, and then you enter the roundabout. But when you are leaving the roundabout, it's not your obligation to stop for them, as far as they are facing towards you, they are looking towards you. If they are not looking towards you, they are looking on the other direction, or they are on the phone, or they are pretending they're not looking, or they're just casually walking in front, then obviously you will be stopping even in the middle of the roundabout. But if they are facing towards you, don't be hesitant. You don't have to stop for them. You can just carry on going by keeping a good look on them. So when you are entering the roundabout, you have to give way. When you are leaving the roundabout, you just need to take care if they are looking towards you and you are leaving safely and taking care of all surroundings. Okay, so same rule apply on a T-junction roundabout. You have to give way to the traffic coming from the right. You can use a blocker who is coming from your left and turning into your road if you are turning left. Otherwise, you will stop and give way to the right-hand side traffic and wait until it is clear. So same principle apply on mini double roundabout or twin roundabout. So you have to give way to the traffic coming from the right. And if you are coming from this side and you're turning right, you can stop in the middle of two roundabouts to give way to the traffic who's technically coming from your right and going on your left. Once they have gone, then you can go straight or left if you are on this double roundabout. Okay, so this is how we do the mini roundabout. I've explained you each and everything. You just need to follow these steps in order to improve your driving skill when you're approaching the mini roundabout. So once you follow these steps and you follow these routines, you know you're right of the way. You will be very confident dealing with mini roundabouts. So if you like it, please like it, share it, subscribe it, and share with your friends and family. And thank you very much for staying with us and keep supporting us. Thank you.